Notre Dame dismantled Florida State by 49 points over the weekend as we bring in our friend Eric Hansen, co-publisher of Inside ND Sports. Eric, Notre Dame now 8-1, and I think it's fair to say that their playoff resume is as strong as it's been at any point this season.
Yeah, you look at November and you're a little bit worried if there'd be enough octane to get Notre Dame to stay in the conversation for a playoff spot, even with them winning. But Virginia comes in with a winning record. Army is undefeated and has a chance to win their conference and be ranked at the end of the year. USC is about a 500 team, but they've been competitive. And you look around, and with the conference configurations changing so much, you don't have as many of these big rivalry games in November. And you look at some of the other teams Notre Dame is going to be compared against going down the stretch, and Notre Dame's actually looks stronger than most of them.
And let's take a look at some of those resumes and discuss them a little bit more. I mean, obviously, what Notre Dame has done so far with very little fanfare holds up. Texas A&M looks good. The Louisville win looks good. The Georgia Tech win suddenly looks a lot better after last week. Those are just a few examples.
Right. With Georgia Tech losing to Miami, that's a comparison point. You want Texas A&M and Louisville to keep winning. You want Army to win every game except the Notre Dame game. But you look at a team like Penn State that has one top 50 win. Notre Dame has 4 top 50 wins. A win over Army would be 5. USC probably 6 if they continue to get their act together before November 30th. You look at Ohio State and Indiana. That's probably not an elimination game for Ohio State. It probably is for an Indiana given the rest of their schedule. And so I think Notre Dame has a chance to push their resume actually up high enough to maybe get a home game as a number 8 seed or maybe even as high as number 7. I think 6 may be the ceiling there, but you know, they're going to need some help, and they're going to need help from A&M and Louisville to continue to look good.
And they will get some help. You mentioned, I mean, Ohio State and Indiana have to play another game that we had been talking about in the SEC. Georgia and Tennessee, I believe, still have to play.
Right.
Where do those where those two teams sit? I mean, again, potential elimination games that will potentially afford the Irish an opportunity to move up. Obviously, if they finish in the top 11, as we all know, they're guaranteed a spot in the 12-team playoff. We know that Notre Dame needs to win out, right? But assuming that they do that, given what we know has to happen, regardless of who wins some of those games between potential playoff teams, Notre Dame has an opportunity to move up. And if so, perhaps we'll get our first December playoff game here in South Bend. We do know we have one final November game this Saturday against Virginia. That kicks off at 3:30. Back to you.
I'm Pete Byrne from WSBT-22 News. For more Notre Dame stories, like and subscribe to the WSBT-22 YouTube page. Thanks for watching.